Well, I want to bring it home to my family.
Weeks after Newsy first reported American Airlines removed a pilot from a trip without pay for demanding his co-pilot wear a mask, another American Airlines pilot exclusively tells Newsy the company is still beset with mask problems.
I've seen the chief pilots walk through the crew room without a mask. I've seen base administrators walk through the crew room without a mask. Secretaries always at their desk without a mask.
Newsy keeping his identity protected. He fears retribution.
The cleaners that clean the airplane between flights, I've had to tell to put their mask on. I said, you're here to sanitize the airplane, not to contaminate the airplane. You're walking around the airplane without a mask. My son is high risk. My wife is high risk.
The couple worries for their son especially.
It can be stressful because when he's gone for 3 to 5 days and then daddy comes home and you can't run up and hug him, it's hard. It's hard.
The pilot tells us some of his colleagues have refused to wear a mask when asked, and he feels his union isn't backing him up.
The union's medical advisors say we should wear masks. It does not seem to be pushed out by the union to the membership, and it seems to be very widely disregarded on the flight deck.
No one has been able to make a definitive decision on this.
Dennis Tager is a spokesperson for that union.
We have an option. Give us rapid testing. We've been asking for it for months. Nothing has happened.
In September, the White House reportedly blocked the CDC from issuing a sweeping mask mandate for public transit, including planes. But the agency updated guidance last week, including strongly recommending masks for passengers and operators. When asked if the new CDC guidance changes anything, the FAA pointed Newsy to a document published this summer, saying crew member face coverings should be required. It's not a mandate.
It's come to the point where when it comes to masks, the FAA has been irrelevant. Let's face it.
Some pilots worry a mask may fog up glasses or become a distraction in flight.
Do you understand those arguments?
No.
The tension with airlines still desperate to get more passengers flying again. The biggest carriers posting huge losses last quarter. And while passenger counts are still rising, it's still less than half what's normal. Convincing passengers it's safe to fly a prerequisite to getting paying customers in seats.
They actually showed that while you're on an airplane, the amount of particles are much less than anywhere else because of the airflow. You throw a mask on, and it decreases that amount of particle intake even more. So there's no debate.
That study was United Airlines and the Department of Defense and Boeing. I mean, not necessarily like independent. I mean, these are stakeholders.
Oh, granted. And that's a great call. Believe me, if you're going to talk to a cynical crowd, one that calls to question, sit down with a pilot.
Newsy asked American Airlines why there's still no protocol when pilots disagree about masks in the cockpit. It told us in part, team members are required to wear face coverings while at work, and just like other policies, we expect our team members to comply. It did not address the allegation pilot leaders are ignoring company mask policy.
I don't understand why this has become such a big deal and a political issue. And, health is not a political issue.
We need to really work really hard to do what's right for everybody. It can't be a selfish, I don't want to. It can't be that.
James Packard, Newsy, Chicago.